Okay, so today we're discussing the portion of Toldot. As you know, the portion of Toldot is the birth of Esau and Jacob. And we're discussing verse 25, which is the verse that speaks about the nature of Esau and the nature of Jacob, and the reason why they came together, and the reason why Jacob had to control Esau in such a way. So the Zohar really reveals a lot of secrets here. And some of them we touched already in the reading. And also lit a candle for Rabbi Avraham Azulai, which tonight is his death anniversary. So let us read some from Rabbi Avraham Azulai, from his teachings to connect, and then we'll combine it together and speak about the portion, about what we revealed, about those secrets, and we'll take it from there. So I'm reading from the book Chesed LaAvraham, which is called Mercy to Abraham. And really, this book is about the way that the light is manifesting in our life through the understanding as the Kabbalist Rabbi Avraham Azulai got it in his days. He was the first Kabbalist that said that Kabbalah should be revealed to the extent that everyone should study it and everybody should read Zohar and should practice the Ari. He was saying that back in his lifetime. It was 500 and some 100 years ago. And I want to read something called River D. And it says the benefit of coming of the soul in this world. And he's starting and he's saying, and he's continuing, and I'm going to read it just a little bit. Let me read the rephrasing. The ancients were asking tough questions about the essence of the soul. What kind of benefit the soul has from coming down to the body? Because when you coming down to the body, you're losing most of the light. It seems like losing because the body is so far away from the endless. Which is materializing, which is the body is in the 1% level and the soul is 99% level. And the evil inclination, the serpent that we just read in the Zohar, is controlling the body. And when a soul comes out of the body, it's very far away from the life force. And it's a merit that you give away your soul back to the Creator when you leave the body in the same purity as it was coming in. Because what usually happens to most of us in the world, most of us which are not studying Kabbalah, which are not practicing transformation, which is not breaking their klipot, which is not changing and transforming and trying to be as close to the light force as they can, most of humanity is like this. They come and they impure their bodies, and it covers the soul with shells, with klipot. And the merit for those of us who is changing and shifting and breaking those shells and connecting more to the light and transforming is to give away the soul back to the Creator as we received it. And then it can elevate more from the place that it was created from. וכן, מה כוונת בריאת הנשמה? ומה תועלת לה לבוא ומה תועלת לה לבוא? What's the reason that the soul was created? We know that the soul is part of the creator. Now, what is the meaning behind the creation of the soul? And what is the purpose of it coming to the physical world? Then he's coming and starting to reveal some deep secrets that hopefully we can get something from those secrets to our lives. והתשובה לזה, and the answer is, כי הנשמה למעלה בהיותה קודם לידתה. The soul is dwelling in the upper realms before it comes down. And והיא עצורה באוצר ידוע, and it's enclosed in a spatial place, in a spatial treasure. אלה הנשמות אשר עדיין לא באו לעולם, and all the souls that did not came to the world yet are coming from the same source of a treasure, the treasury of the souls. ואין הנשמה נהנית שם, and the soul does not have pleasure in that place. מהסתכלות באור חיי העליון יתברך, when it looks at the endless, which it cannot receive anything, והסתכלות באור חיי העליון יתברך, אלא היא בת מלך צנועה, she's a daughter of a king in a humble way. ויש לה מאכל קצוב מאת אביה המלך יתברך, and he has a very small portion of fulfillment in that upper realm, in that treasury, when she lies before she comes to the physical world. And this is the point. אמנם, פני השכינה איננה רואה מיום היוולדה. The soul do not see the Shekhinah, which is the female aspect of the Creator. He doesn't see it from the day it's born. מפני שהיא אז ערומה ממצוות ומעשים טבעו, because she is naked. The soul is naked from mitzvot and מעשים טובים, from a connection to the light, being actively connecting, doing a mitzvah, which is, you know, we have all the commandments in the Torah. She's naked from it because she didn't experience it yet. וממעשים טובים, and actions of sharing. כי אי אפשר להראות פני המלך יתברך אם לא בלבוש מעשה מצוות ותורה, because you cannot go inside the chamber of the Creator without doing the mitzvot, without doing those connections, and without fulfilling the commandments of the Torah. This is a very deep part. So I wanna just discuss it. I want to discuss it because what really we're doing in our day-to-day life. And what is the secret? Esther, did you find it? She posted in the group?
Yeah, she posted the Hilula information.
Okay.
For us.
So what really Rabbi Avraham Azulai is revealing here? It was the first time for me to see this angle of really what Rav and Karen was structuring for us. So really, what Rav was teaching about Kabbalah, right? What's the Rav was teaching about Kabbalah? What is the basics of what we do? Restriction, right? We're speaking about restriction on each session. So really, the secret of restriction, what it does, as Rabbi Avraham Azulai is revealing, is giving us the ability to reside with the light force. Because without that, there's no chance for us to be connected directly with the light force. Like he says. כי אי אפשר לראות פני המלך יתברך אם לא בלבוש מעשה מצוות ותורה, because you cannot reside and connect with the Creator, with the endless, unless you practice restriction. On a daily basis. If you do it on a daily basis, you get connected on a daily basis. Now, what Jacob was doing, let's go back to the Zohar. What Jacob was doing, Jacob was saying in verse 30, come and see. Jacob was known that Esau was about connecting with the evil inclination. He was a channel for the evil inclination. That's why they came together, because it says, like, David is agreeing with me. Why do I tell you that every time you have a big challenge, that means you have a big light coming to you? It's coming from here, because whenever there is a big downside on something, the opposite of it is big light. It always comes in opposites. Always come in days that I don't find where do I need to practice restriction. I'm worried. I'm worried because I know that I did not yet reveal the light that will enable me manifesting the light that I need in the day. So Jacob knew that all of his being in the world, because he came with Esau, was to overcome that serpent, external serpent and internal evil inclination, restriction. That's why when it says in verse 25, and the boys was running inside the womb. And what did she do? She didn't know what's going on. She felt like all these fighting inside of her. So she went to the tent, to the school of Shem and Ever. Shem and Ever are the descendants of Noach. If you look at chronologically, we're talking about 600 years later. Imagine the knowledge that they had that coming through Noah, and they could continue in that knowledge of how the endless works in our lives. And that's what Jacob was revealing. So they told her, listen, you have two sides of creation within you. That's why there is a fight. And the reason why Jacob was holding the heel of Esau was to control negativity. And that's what's being received in this verse. Our ability to control, to overcome, to contain. I want to share something deep from Eitan with you that I'm like listening. Eitan TLE is very special. And I listened to it we're receiving in Hebrew. Eitan is giving to Israeli students TLE in Hebrew. And I receive it usually on Thursday or Wednesday. And I listen to it like I listen to Rav Michael Berg TLE repeatedly in my car. It's like same class until I dwell in it and think it and overthink it again. And I think I realized everything, so I go to the next lesson. So I'm doing it in the past 2.5 years, I think. I'm in lesson 93 now. And really, like, we want to manifest. Like we're here to manifest, right? So what's the difference between us? Like when we ask for fulfillment from the light, that's a question I want you to answer right now. When you ask to get fulfilled from the light, what do you get?
Back. When
What do you get back?
Ideas.
Ideas, okay. What else do we get? When we have a big desire, what do we get?
At times I get reflection.
Reflection, thank you. Peace, thank you, Angel.
Certainty.
But what really, when you have a deep desire to, let's say, manifest relationship, what do you get?
Challenge.
Blessings.
Who said challenge?
Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua. You get a challenge.
It's a mix, right?
You get a challenge. Every time you ask something from the Creator, you get a challenge. So what is the difference in the manifestation? If you don't get a challenge, when you ask something from the Creator, you need to ask harder. You need to ask deeper. You need to ask stronger, because you're not asking from your Bchina Daled, from your deepest desire. When you have a deep desire for something, you ask for it to get fulfilled from something, you get an instant challenge. Now, what do you do with this challenge? So, you have 4 levels of a veil. 4 levels. Angel, we're going to answer that soon. You have 4 levels of a veil. Okay? The deepest veil, which is Bchina Dalet veil, which is the veil that you need to put on the light that is coming, because it's being revealed as a challenge. Because you need to put a veil and said, I might be experiencing a temporary hell, but I know I'm going to overcome it because I wanted the light, which is within. And that's the deepest way to do it. The most hardest, deepest, fulfilling way to do it. This is level 4. Level 3 is like, listen, it's too hard for me. I want just a little challenge, not a big challenge, a smaller challenge. This is level 3. Also, I can't handle it. I'm handling a little bit. It's too much for me, not going. No, I don't want the challenge. It's too much for me. That's the 3rd veil. The 2nd veil is, listen, this challenge, please don't give me those challenges anymore. Give me something small, like a thinking challenge. Not it's really small. And level 1 is no challenge at all. And that's the root. So we need to choose how we choose how much light we're going to manifest. Everybody remembers the Rab saying, come on, give me more, right?
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that. Give me more. Why the Rab was saying, give me more on the midst of the challenge? Because the Rab had level 4 vessel, level 4 veil. He said, I want to push all the light that is coming. I'm creating, returning light so big. I'm experiencing this hell, but I know I'm not going to be reactive to it. I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to experience this little hell for 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 1 week, and eventually I'm going to overcome it. I'm staying positive. I'm staying happy. I'm staying infused. I keep sharing. I do all the things that we study because I want to manifest all this light. This is what you do with a challenge. This is the right way to handle a challenge because you want the light. It's an opportunity to reveal the light. When you ask for something from the Creator, take the opportunity to overcome it. And if you push it away and says, "Oh, I cannot handle it," the amount of light going to be revealed from this challenge is smaller. And if you cannot handle it no more, so the amount of light going to be revealed is even smaller. And if you keep saying, "I cannot handle it, I cannot handle it, I cannot handle it," those challenges are not going to come. You're going to ask, and the Creator says, "Okay, he cannot handle it." He's asking on one hand, and on the other hand, he cannot handle the light, so I will not give him big opportunities. I will give him small. I will give him opportunities he can handle. He'll get a small challenge. So if you want to know how much money you're revealing, I'm telling it to myself. Thank you, Neil. If you want to know how much light you're revealing in your life, manifesting your desires, you need to look at on the level of the opportunities that you're receiving, the challenges. That's why I remember last year, Joel was sharing about this girl that was cursing and manipulating and saying and I called Joel and told him, "Listen, man, you want all these show of you to be revealed and manifested. That's your opportunity to do it. Overcoming that means you're going to receive everything that you're asking for." Angel, can you say it out loud?
Thank you, because I asked it for more, but I wasn't sure that I wanted the challenges. Now I will be more grateful whenever a challenge comes my way. I use the tools, take a pause, what a pleasure, and go straight ahead to solve the challenge with that intention of keeping happy, keeping sharing, keeping grateful for the opportunity, and then wait for the reward. That would be the blessing that I ask. Thank you.
When you do that, when you restrict on that challenge that comes, you're going to get fulfilled immediately. Immediately. That's how the system works. This is how the system works. Try that. Don't ask for a challenge. Ask for your dreams. Go big with your dreams and just embrace any opportunity. The opportunity does not have to be encountered in the same way that your desire is. If your desire is in business, the challenge can come in your
Relationships.
relationship.
Yeah, I have noticed
with the
that.
kids. Yeah, it comes wherever the serpent feels strong with you.
Okay.
Wherever the klipa feels it can overcome you, that's where the challenge will come. But if you show that you cannot touch me, my light is stronger than this klipa, so I break it. So I overcome it. I don't give it the energy. I don't dwell in it. Just overcome. Keep happy. I keep sharing. I keep using the tools. No matter what happens to me. Let me share something personal with you. You remember Sukkot? Last Sukkot, like a month and a half ago. No, it was a month ago. I had a day that I gave the class. I felt the entire day Satan was pitching me. It was selling me all the crap he can sell. You're this, you're that, you're so, you're depressed, you're this. And this is what I heard the entire day. Now I need to come to the class and teach and share light with you guys. So I told Satan, okay, I hear you. I don't believe you. I hear you. And I do my thing. I go inside the sukkah. It was windy, wintry, it was really weird, a weird vibe. And everything, even the 1% was looking weird. But I didn't follow. I was doing my thing. And I did my thing. And each and every one of you can go back and listen to the teaching on YouTube from the sukkah. It was great.
Yeah.
It was
I
awesome.
remember, yeah.
Filled with energy. Because I didn't buy
Uh,
what he had to sell me. He was trying to sell me. I didn't buy it. I shared it with Michelle. And the next day it was gone. But that's what I needed to go through. Now, each and every one of us are going through the same things.
Mhm.
You remember that, Joshua? Thank you. Each and every one of us, we go through the same things. We go through times we have like a big presentation in work and we wake up late and we spill the coffee and we go in traffic and everything seems to be so stressful and those are the great days. Those are the days that if you keep positive and if you keep doing the job and if you keep sharing and keep consciousness and overcome the challenge, those are the great days. Those are the days that you're going to remember triumphing. Those are the days.
Before we leave, there is a question from Storm that she says, how do we overcome of the recurring cancer in my family and friends and her furry friends? I guess in the end.
Wow. Well, cancer is a tough illness. And really, we have a community friend and teacher that is going through a very tough cancer. And it's like very hard to overcome it. But if you keep positive, if you keep pushing, if you keep using the tools, if you keep sharing and keep doing whatever, even if you go through chemo or you go through bad days, you go through bad consciousness days, you go through days that you don't connect, it's temporary. You just need to keep pushing, keep meditating, share a lot of light with others. So it will go through you and being a channel for others. And just, there is a secret from Karen. There is a secret from Karen. When the channel is clogged for you, you go and you share beyond. You do transformational sharing. And this light of mercy that being revealed in your life is creating a vessel for this clogged channel to be opened.
Hmm.
Michael Berg explained it in the last TLE. I think it was class 117. The online classes that Michael Berg is giving once a month. I urge you to do that. Like, very powerful. So yeah, this is a special tool from Karen. Special tool. Guys, any more questions before we wrap up?
So Jacob needed Esau.
They created together so the Israelites will have the opportunity to overcome the serpent. The global serpent, mountain with just surrendering ourselves to the light.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
If the reason the soul
Hey,
comes,
guys.
if the reason the soul comes into the body is to experience pleasure,
No, that's not what Rabbi Avraham Azulai says. Rabbi
what is
Avraham Azulai says, Rabbi Avraham Azulai says that the reason why the soul comes to the body was so it can overcome the evil inclination through restriction and sharing, so it can dwell with the endless and can receive the endless. There is no other way to do it. And when it goes back up, I didn't continue to read that. When it goes back up, it goes to where it belongs. After finishing doing that, and then it can fulfill the entire fulfillment it should be receiving. Because before that, when you don't do that on the physical world, what the soul gets is just a glimpse of light and cannot get the entire fulfillment it should.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. We're going to extend ourselves a little longer. We don't want to do that. Thank you so much. We've got Barbara waiting, and